Hey, what's up everybody? This is Nightwing2303 from KicksOnCourt.com. Today we have a performance review on the retro edition of the Jordan Melo 1.5. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright guys, so here's the traction surface. Basically it's a play on the Air Jordan 1. However, it did not play as nicely as the Air Jordan 1. I wish I could tell you why. I really don't know. It's basically the same exact pattern. I'm wondering if maybe it has to do with the rubber composition that's used. Again, I'm really not sure. I know that the midsole and the outsole of the Air Jordan 1 was one whole rubber piece, so up at the front it was very, very thin. If you moved your toes in there, you can move the bottom of the midsole. That probably had something to do with the Air Jordan 1 playing a little bit better than these. These are just a little bit thicker. Something that I had a personal problem with was just that the rubbers is not very durable. Like, all of these stars were wearing away after about the first game. And then the more that I played in them, this whole chunk of rubber right here has just gone missing. And I just think that's kind of strange, especially if you're going to be playing in them outdoors, which is where they actually excelled a little bit more than the indoor surfaces. So if you have dust or anything like that, you're going to have to constantly wipe these guys, because it just was too much of an adversary for these guys to play pretty well on the court. On an indoor setting, clean courts, of course, it's going to work a little bit better. And then outdoors, these actually played a little bit nicer. But again, the rubber is just a little bit soft or weak in my opinion. I don't know how long these will last for a typical or regular outdoor baller. As far as the cushion is concerned, we have full-length air, just like the Air Jordan 2. The midsole you can see is a little bit of the Air Jordan 1 mix in there. It looks like the rubber midsole. However, it is not rubber. It is actually Phylon, so that's a nice upgrade there. It's very soft and comfortable. The overall feel is very similar to the Air Jordan 11 and the Air Jordan 10, so if you want something to compare to, that's exactly what they feel like. One difference between these and the originals that OG heads are going to notice if you happen to buy these the first time around when they first released is that the insole is not the same. The originals had EVA pads in the heel and forefoot, whereas these do not, so you're going to be missing a little bit of that step-in comfort. Overall, I thought they were really comfortable, and it's definitely not a fluid shoe as far as the flex goes. You can see it's a little bit stiff, but if you're a bigger guy, you're definitely going to appreciate it. As far as the materials are concerned, we have three basic materials used. We have a nubuck along most of the upper, and then the heel and forefoot have this kind of weird synthetic, and then the tongue is this synthetic leather. As far as the upper itself, starts out pretty stiff, so braking time is definitely needed. However, afterwards it was okay. It felt nice on the foot. The highlight of the materials were actually the heel and forefoot's synthetic panels. As you can see, they are able to take quite a bit of wear and tear without actually tearing, scuffing, or ripping to a noticeable degree, which is something that I liked, especially since that these two areas are definitely high wear areas. So you're going to be keeping the softer material safer, while the harder material takes the brunt of the force or the impact. As far as their fit, they fit a half a size large, so you'll want to go down half a size from your regular size, even if you are a wide footer. The second thing is that they do fit wide, so going down half a size for a wide footer wouldn't be a bad option. As far as the lockdown is concerned, they fit fairly sloppy. It took a number of times for me to readjust these laces for this to be able to actually contain my foot properly, and even then it was almost as if I was just really wrenching those laces out, so everything was bunched up and it wasn't extremely comfortable. The heel lockdown was also sloppy. This whole area, it's just kind of a weird design in general. The top eyelet is definitely required in order to achieve heel lockdown, even in the slightest bit. However, this tongue is just kind of not in the right spot. It was just real weird, so when everything was laced up, you were almost hitting your ankle. With all that in mind, it just made the whole transition of the shoe from heel to forefoot while you're in motion just a little bit clunky, and something that I personally just did not enjoy. As far as ventilation is concerned, the whole upper is fairly perforated. It's not anything crazy, but you can see the mesh underneath there, which does allow for some heat to escape. And then inside the tongue, it's also perforated heavily, which is definitely needed. However, the whole outside liner is this synthetic leather, which absolutely does nothing as far as that ventilation. So it's perforated inside, not perforated outside. It's just a freaking heat trap in there, and it's just ridiculous. As far as support is concerned, most of that would come from the overall fit, that containment, that lockdown, all of which was lacking a little bit. Again, feels kind of clunky. It's just a weird, kind of awkward shape of the shoe, and it doesn't fit anatomically correct the way that it looks like it would. Alright guys, that pretty much takes care of everything for the Jordan Melo 1.5. Overall, I think that they're really comfortable. Definitely has that kind of nostalgic retro feel with the blend between the 1 and the 2. However, it does have some better elements like the cushioning that is very reminiscent of the Air Jordan 11 and the Air Jordan 10. However, I personally didn't thoroughly enjoy playing in them. I thought that the fit was a little bit sloppy and all that kind of stuff. So if you have a wide foot or if you wear a brace, this would probably be a really good option for you. Other than that, it's not a shoe for me. Maybe it's a shoe for you. But that's pretty much it. You can get more information on my website, kicksoncourt.com. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, guys, have a good one.